Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to review Week 8 of the 2024 NFL Dream Team season. And so I guess a good week for me, which is pretty rare this season, but we'll take it when we can get them. 531, which is good enough for top 5% of the round, so in the top 200 for the week. And another green arrow to the tune of 300 spots, so up inside the top 1500 now. So I guess that would also elevate us into the top 50%. We may have snuck in last week, but definitely moving in the right direction. And if we have a look at the team, it's mostly down to one player this week. You know him, I know him and love him, Jalen Hurts. 69 points this week as my captain. 4 touchdowns, 3 of those rushing. You know, that's just the ridiculous upside that he offers and why we back him in. So glad that one went off this week. Josh Allen, doing Josh Allen things with a 41. So happy with that pick. Drake May was one of the trade-ins this week, and a 22 is a pretty decent result. Making some money for us. So, and I guess when Allen's buy comes up, he could be a playable option. Haven't fully checked out the buys. I hope they don't have the same, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Our running backs were solid without being spectacular. So the King Henry, 27. Saquon was a bit quiet with 22, but obviously with Jalen taking 3 rushing touchdowns away, it makes it hard. Bijan scored well with the 39, and Kamara with the 30. Lost a little bit of value, but that's not the worst. Irving, Bigsby making us some cash. So Bigsby's got probably one more week in him, and then we can move him on. Irving, a bit of a slow burner, but that's okay. Wide receivers probably didn't go quite as well as we'd hoped. Justin Jefferson with a 31. AJ Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown we bought in this week, 21-15. I'm pretty sure it was last week we traded for CeeDee Lamb. I'll just double check in the trade history. Oh no, it must have been a couple of weeks ago. And he finally hit this week with a 66 burger. So that was a bit unfortunate, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. So Godwin, Wilson, those trades were solid. Maybe just went early on trading out Lamb. Oh, hang on. Clicked the wrong thing. Jumped the gun. Here we go. We're back. Cooper Kupp returned from injury. Got a 27, which was nice. Malik Neighbours with a 21's okay. We'll cop that. Xavier Worthy with 23 is nice. But the big one we missed on the pine was Lad McConkey with 52. So some nice cash gen coming his way. But, it could also be a useful sort of swing option for when the buyers come back around. Juju should be back this week. I know we traded him in 2 weeks ago and he's done nothing for us. You've now got DeAndre Hopkins there at Kansas City as well. But I think there's enough to go around. I think Juju still has some role to play. It just won't be as great as it was looking before D-Hop arrived. The tight ends, so the big guns finally hitting. Travis Kelce in particular with a 40, easily his best game of the season. Sam Laporta got a touchdown as well, so 27 was great. Unfortunately, that was on the bench. We played Bowers, who on form deserved it, but didn't quite work out for us this week. The kickers, we got the right choice again. Bates with a 24. Cardi with an 8 is sort of struggling. He's losing money at 5 mil. It's not ideal. And Kansas City's defense was pretty decent, 16 points. Washington with a 10-point return. So head-to-head this week, had a good win against Wacko Jacko by almost 100. So Captain Josh Allen, so obviously I got a few extra points there. Had Sam Darnold as his other quarterback as well, so that's probably the 100-point difference just there in those moves. But had Marvin Harrison Jr., so 40 points from him is nice. Jamar Chase with the 31, so we were tossing up about bringing Chase in. Would have been the better pick this week, but we are playing the long game. Played Jordan Mason for a 3, which is unfortunate, and then a lot of similar players there. Had Daniels on the bench for 44, so that's unfortunate. That Hail Mary at the end would have definitely boosted that score a bit. Had McConkey on the bench too, I feel ya. So surely there was a better score than a 531 this week. Well, just having a quick look, I don't think so. So a pretty rare moment where I've topped the league in the points. Go the Angry Pirates, coming up from 16th. Hard Rock Life with the 517, I think is the next best. A couple just squeezing over the 500. So we'll get Shane on, a bit of a shout out. Had Jefferson, 31. Brian Thomas, he's been a good get. What's he up to in terms of price? 12.5, so 8 mil this year. If you held from the start, that's nice. Kincaid, I'm pretty sure you got a tutty as well, so that's good. Lamar with a 48 as captain isn't the worst. So all those people with Lamar still killing it. He's kept CeeDee Lamb smart. Yeah, so other than that, nothing too out of the ordinary there. I'll have a quick look at the league. Obviously, I'm not really a part of it. Although 3 and 5, that's surely not too far away. Or 2 games off. Ooh, probably not going to get there. But what do we got? Got 4 teams on 6 and 2 at the moment. So cut my ball still number 1. The Bin Chickens, who last time I talked to Adam, he has not been paying attention. So the fact he's got 6 and 2 might not say the most about the rest of us. But Shane, no wonder getting 500 plus, 6 and 2, and Daniel rocking the beard, 6 and 2. So well done. In terms of total points, so cut my balls in the top 100. Timmy's caddy, so the champ from last year, into the top 100. So knows what he's doing. And that was with a 450. So must have been some low scores at the top end. How do we go rankings and look overall? So there was a 551 from the number 1 this week overall. But I guess like King Calvin was number 1, scored a 448. So I might just have a look at his team. So I had Lamar, Captain Saquon, that hurts. I guess in the revenge game made sense. But had Darnold and Williams, so it hasn't gone with Daniels, which has probably left some points on the table there this season. But pretty solid all around. No neighbours, which is interesting. But might also have some trades up the sleeve carrying Godwin and the like. But I guess the new number 1, David. So Captain Baker, I don't mind that as a pod sort of move. Had CeeDee Lamb. Gibbs with the 39's decent. Siebert, he's been a weapon, averaging 27 with the boot. But didn't have Kelsey. I don't know how he got 551. Just looking at the team, it doesn't seem that out of the ordinary. But I suppose I got 530, so it's not far off. Surely someone got a 600. Yeah, Saints 611 this week. So Hurts and Nix with 58. He's another one. He's massive. What's that? That's like 13 mil, 12 mil he's made this year. Unreal. Great pick to start the year. James Cook was massive. Devon Achane has come back in a bit of form with 47. Very tempting at that price. Had CeeDee Lamb as vice captain and still went with Hurts. Respect. Would have copped Neighbours 21 in place of Collins, so that's not too bad. Had Kyle Pitts on the bench that left points on the table as well. and had the Cowboys defense 2 points. That's yuck. Compared to last year when they were bossing it, that's unreal price for the Cowboys defense. But I guess it's not what it once was. But in terms of this week, might be a week to hold trades. As you can see, we've only got 10 left, and we've still got, what's that, 10 weeks to go. So we can afford one a week. But I don't think we really need to do too much. We'll have a look at break evens as the freight train goes past. Brilliant. Um, have a look if there's anyone we should urgently bring in. So Tillman and Winston are interesting after their massive games. Um, so cheap price. Obviously made a bit of money this week, but um, yeah, those break evens are pretty good. And with no Amari Cooper, is Tillman wide receiver one? I'm actually not too sure. I haven't done that much research on him, if I'm being completely honest. Mostly because I'm pretty comfortable with my teams the way they're sitting. You'd imagine probably Elijah Moore would be the first man in line, but if he's got the connection with Winston, could be worth a shout. And Njoku's probably going to be pretty busy too. Um, I just realised this is in order of wide receivers. So Jerry Jeudy. So there is some bigger names there, but I don't know, maybe just Tillman is the guy. I might have to look a bit closer into it. But I guess if you are looking for a cheaper option, a downgraded wide receiver perhaps, he'd be the man this week. Winston's an interesting one. Um, you'd imagine it's his spot for the time being. I don't know about their other QB. What was his name? I'll go back and have a look. Um, Thompson Robinson. I was going to say Roberts Thompson, but I knew it wasn't that. Um, I'm not sure how long he's out injured for, but pretty sure Deshaun's gone for the season. So I guess if you are looking to, cash out a Daniels or a Nix Darnold, if you're sort of done with them, you could make some money out of famous Jameis. Um, Malik Willis got his third game, so he's made 3 mil for those who might have just stashed him. I think Love's good to go again, so not the biggest urgent trading. Kate Otten had a big game. Um, I think that's going to be his sort of spike game for the time being, so I probably wouldn't rush to get him in. Lad McConkey's a little bit expensive for that break even. But I guess he looks like he is the clear wide receiver one there. And Justin Herbert's not the worst quarterback. Um, Coleman sort of at a similar price. You could sort of copy and paste what we said about McConkey aside from probably wide receiver one now that Amari Cooper's there. Kyle Pitts, didn't realise he's averaging 21. Obviously the 46 has boosted that a bit, but doing all right. So well done to those who started with him. Garendo's on the bye, probably not worth worrying about. And after that, Josh Jacobs, I guess if you're looking for a cut price keeper, can he sort of keep that form going? Pearsall will be an interesting one off the back of the bye, given Ayuk's out. Jennings was out this week. Debo wasn't 100% from some reports. There could be one to have a look at. After that, do what you want. I guess in terms of the high-end break-evens, anyone we need to urgently trade out. Jordan Love, I mean, if you've got him, you could just hold and ride that out. Dak, sort of on average, so 31's a bit below par, I would have thought. Stroud, probably similar sort of deal without Collins around. DJ Moore was a bit flat. I've got him in my redraft league, so hoping for more there. Nakua could be one to keep an eye on. Sort of that price will dip a bit more. With a break even of 52, we could get a nice price on him. McCaffrey isn't far off from all reports, so I guess by this week will be interesting to see next week. The updates on him. So I guess a lot of this is just pointing to, no trades this week because there is some nice options on the downswing. We can hopefully grab them at the bottom. So a bit of money in the bank, but that's okay. In terms of the play this week, the New York Jets, Houston on Friday night. I don't think we've got anyone. We don't have Breece Hall. We don't have Devontae Adams. We don't have anyone from Houston. Is it these times right? Is there no 3? I guess it should be 2 a.m. games. They'll start at 5, 8, and 12:20. Is this New South Wales time or something? I don't know. Still doesn't sound right. But okay. I guess what are some of the later games? You've got Philly, Jacksonville, so probably Jalen as captain. Guess we could go Josh Allen as vice captain. Playing against Miami, haven't been the strongest team. Although now at Tua back, could be a bit of a shootout. Yeah, don't think we need to overthink that too much. Running backs, we're pretty happy with the starting 4. Wide receivers, does McConkey get a game against the Browns? They looked okay against who they play? Lamar Jackson, the Ravens. But Kansas City against Tampa at Arrowhead. I think maybe just because Kansas City does spread it around a bit, I think we've got to play McConkey. And then tight end. So, now that Kelsey's shown a bit and Laporta's shown a bit, we've got Detroit against Green Bay at Lambeau. That could be a bit of a shootout. Vegas against the Bengals. Is it Bengals the... Oh no, I'm trying to... Oh, who does that Myles Garrett play for? It's one of these two. I know it's orange and some colour. Starts with C, but is it the Bengals or the Browns defense we need to be worried about? Can't remember. That's okay. Yeah, I think we stick fat. We'll we won't rock the boat there. Laporta could go big again, but we'll cop that. Kicker and defense will just keep rocking the same. Especially now Bates is sort of putting a bit of a distance in terms of average on Cardi. I'm pretty sure he's had his bye too, so I think that's locked in for the year. Chiefs are locked in for the year. Kelsey's locked in. Laporta's locked in. So Bowers, I think, still got a bye. Yeah, I think we had a few buys to start with too, so we're doing okay. Is that why there's no 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. games? Is because of the buys. How many games is there? 5, 10. There's only 2 teams on bye. San Fran I saw was 1. I don't know. Just feel like I'm rambling into the computer now, so we might wrap it up there. I'll just try and fit a bit more of the team in. So, as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below the video. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoy the NFL content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. But other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.